You know that feeling when a movie hits you with a twist so wild you literally pause the screen like, wait, what did I just watch? It's rare, but when it happens, pure magic.
Everywhere we went, we were sizing things up.
So in today's video, we're counting down 10 of those moments. The ones that didn't just surprise you, they flipped the whole story upside down. Some are clever, some are brutal, and a few, yeah, they still live rent-free in our heads. Let's get into it. The first twist we are going to talk about is from the movie, The Mist, 2007.
What's going on? It's death.
Okay, so The Mist starts off like your typical monster movie. Creepy fog rolls in, people get trapped in a supermarket, and things go full chaos mode. Our guy David, he's just trying to keep it together and protect his kid while random tentacle creatures are snatching people up like snacks. Eventually he's like, screw this, we're out of here. Grabs a few survivors, hops in a car and drives into the mist. But here's the problem. No gas, no help, no hope. So David makes the most horrific decision ever. He mercy kills everyone in the car, including his own freaking kid. Yeah, it's that dark. And then, the twist. Right after he does it, the mist clears. And the military shows up, like tanks, soldiers, flamethrowers, full cleanup mode. The monsters are getting wiped out. The world is saved. And David? He's standing there, covered in blood and grief, realizing he literally pulled the trigger. Seconds too soon. I mean, what kind of cosmic joke is that? This one hurt, man. This is not just a plot twist. This is emotional trauma in movie form. Alright, the next mind blower, we're checking The Fight Club, 1999. So here's the deal. Edward Norton plays this super sleep-deprived, miserable guy who's bored out of his mind with life. Then boom, he meets Tyler Durden, played by peak 1999 Brad Pitt, who's cool, chaotic, and basically the human version of YOLO. Together they start this underground fight club where dudes just show up and beat the crap out of each other to feel alive. Totally normal behavior. Things spiral. They start an anti-corporate revolution. Explosions, soap, chaos. Tyler's out here wrecking the system and the narrator's losing it trying to stop him. And then, the twist slaps you in the face. Tyler and the narrator are the same guy. Yep, same person. Tyler was just a split personality all along. So this dude's been fist-fighting himself in parking lots like a lunatic, and we all just went with it. It's one of those wait what moments that makes you want to rewatch the whole movie with a notebook. Iconic stuff. Alright, this next one, it messes with your head in the best way possible. We're talking about Shutter Island. So here's how it starts. Leo plays Teddy Daniels, a US Marshal who rolls up to this creepy island asylum with his partner Mark Ruffalo. They're here to track down a patient who apparently escaped after drowning her 3 kids. Teddy's wandering around, getting weird vibes, uncovering clues, piecing stuff together, and slowly spiraling into madness. Like, the deeper he goes, the more the whole island starts feeling off. And then boom, the twist hits like a brick. Teddy? Not actually a marshal. He's a patient. His partner, not a partner, he's his freaking psychiatrist. The whole detective thing. One big roleplay therapy experiment to help him snap out of his delusion. Turns out Teddy murdered his wife after she drowned their kids, and his brain just broke from the trauma. This whole movie is basically one giant therapy session in disguise. You sit there like, wait, so he's not solving the mystery? He is the mystery? Wild. Next up is one of the most famous plot twists in movie history, and if you somehow haven't had this spoiled yet, I both admire and envy you.
Jeez, I hope nobody got hurt.
The Sixth Sense, 1999. So in The Sixth Sense, we meet this super anxious kid, played by Haley Joel Osment, who drops the most iconic line in horror history, "I see dead people." Not like metaphorically, he literally sees ghosts walking around, not knowing they're dead. Creepy as hell.
You see ghosts, Cole?
They want me to do things for them.
Enter Bruce Willis. He plays Malcolm, this soft-spoken child psychologist who wants to help the kid figure out what's going on and maybe stop being haunted 24/7. Seems legit, right? Then comes the twist that made people in theaters gasp out loud. Bruce Willis is actually one of the dead people. He got shot in the opening scene and just didn't know he died. He's been ghosting around this whole time like it's casual. You suddenly start replaying the entire movie in your head like, wait, he never actually talked to anyone else. Oh my god. The next twist we have is one of the most underrated superhero origin stories ever, and it's got one killer ending, Unbreakable, 2000. So we meet David Dunn, quiet dude, security guard, just survived a massive train crash where literally everyone else died. Like 130 people gone. And he walks away without a scratch. Wild, right? Then along comes Elijah, played by Samuel L. Jackson, with the glass bones and mastermind energy. He's a comic book nerd who believes superheroes are real, and that David might be one. He helps David figure out he has powers, super strength, can't get hurt, and even gets psychic vibes when he touches people. Basically a walking lie detector for evil. Then boom, the twist. Right when you're rooting for their friendship. David shakes Elijah's hand and sees everything. Elijah caused all those disasters, including the train crash, just to find someone like David. Yup, Mr. Glass created his own hero by being the villain. And you're just sitting there like, bro, you mentored him just to drop that final boss reveal? Cold. Alright, this next one is for the sci-fi fans, and honestly, it's not just smart. It's a full-on emotional ambush. We're talking about Arrival, 2016. So Amy Adams plays Louise, a super smart linguistics professor who gets pulled into, the casual task of decoding an alien language after giant space eggs pop up all over Earth. No biggie. While she's figuring out how to talk to the squid-like aliens, who are weirdly chill by the way, she's also having these sad flashbacks of her daughter, who apparently died young from cancer. The movie plays it all soft and reflective, like she's grieving while saving the planet. But then the twist kicks in and just wrecks you. Those flashbacks, not flashbacks, they're flash forwards. The alien language literally rewires her brain to perceive time non-linearly. She's seeing her future, including the birth and eventual death of her daughter. So yeah, Louise knows what's coming, and still chooses to go through it all. Alright, next we have a movie that tricks you into feeling hopeful, and then just rips your heart out at the end. Atonement, 2007. So it starts with this young girl, Bryony, who sees something she doesn't fully understand. She catches her sister Cecilia, Keira Knightley, getting close with Robbie, James McAvoy, the housekeeper's son. But instead of minding her business, Bryony gets jealous, confused, and ends up accusing Robbie of something terrible, a crime he didn't commit. That lie ruins his life. He's sent to prison, and then shipped off to fight in World War II. Brutal. But then halfway through the movie, things start looking up. We see Robbie and Cecilia reconnect. There's hope. Maybe they're getting their happy ending after all. Yeah, no. That entire happy ending was just Bryony, as an old woman making it up in a book. In reality, both Robbie and Cecilia died during the war. The whole love story? Just her way too late attempt to make things right. It's beautiful. It's tragic. And honestly, you'll want to throw your remote at the wall. Okay, so this next one isn't just a twist. It's a full-on spiral into what the hell territory. We're talking about a classic noir that starts off like a regular detective mystery, and then takes a turn straight into emotional destruction. Chinatown, 1974. So here's the setup. Jack Nicholson plays J.J. Gitties, a private investigator who's hired to look into a suspicious death involving a water engineer. Seems like your standard case, right? Cheating, husband, city corruption, mysterious woman. Gitties does some digging, starts putting pieces together, and eventually learns about a young girl named Catherine, supposedly Evelyn's sister. But then he confronts Evelyn, and she drops a bomb. She's like, she's my sister. The story stops being about water deals and crime, and becomes about deep generational trauma, and it hits hard. It's disturbing, shocking, and unforgettable, in the most haunting way. Alright, the next movie twist we are going to talk about often flew under the radar for a lot of people. This one's from Dark City, 1998. So picture this. A guy named John Murdoch wakes up in a bathtub with no memory of who he is. Classic mystery setup. But then he realizes he has freaking telekinetic powers, just casually moving stuff with his mind and the city around him. It's all kinds of strange. Time freezes, buildings reshape themselves, and these creepy dudes in trench coats called the Strangers are out here doing science experiments on people's memories. As John starts putting the pieces together, he goes on this desperate search to find the edge of the city, to escape, or just understand what's real. And when he finally breaks through, yeah, they're not in a city, They're on a floating space island, just drifting through the galaxy while these aliens mess with humans like lab rats. Bro, he wasn't just trying to escape a weird town. He was trying to escape planet confinement. Insane. And to wrap things up, we've got the movie where everyone is undercover, everyone's stressed out, and absolutely no one is safe. The Departed, 2006. In this movie, Leo DiCaprio plays Billy, a cop who goes deep undercover in the mob. At the same time, Matt Damon plays Sullivan, a criminal who's infiltrated the police. Yeah, it's a whole double life, double lie situation. Basically the trust issues movie of the century. They both know there's a rat in their camp, and it's a race to find out who's who before it all blows up. And just when you think Leo's about to expose everything and finally win, boom, he gets shot in the head. Like no dramatic music, just elevator doors open, blam, game over. Then Sullivan thinks he's home free. But guess what? Mark Wahlberg shows up in a hazmat suit, like the Grim Reaper with a grudge, and pops him too. It's one of those endings where you just sit there like, okay, so that's how it ends? Everyone's just gone? No warning, no happy ending, and just bang bang credits. Brutal. Boston never felt colder. And that's a wrap. 10 movie plot twists that absolutely melted our brains. Some were clever, some were brutal. All of them straight up unforgettable. If you had a favourite, or if we missed one that totally messed you up, drop it in the comments. Hit that like button, smash subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.